everyone, welcome to Dee Dee's Mediterranean Kitchen. Today we're going to be making a dessert that I've received a lot of requests for called Layali Lebanon, which means the Nights of Lebanon. Anyway, this dessert is a semolina custard that's topped with another custard, that's topped with whipped cream, and then it's topped with fruit and nuts. It's a very deluxe, indulgent dessert that you are going to love. We will go over the ingredients, but if you want this recipe or any of my other recipes, make sure to go to my website at deedeemed.com. You can find this recipe and all of my other recipes there for your service. Now, if you have questions, make sure to email me or find me on Facebook or Twitter, the name under Dee Dee Med, and I will see you then. Let's go over the ingredients. Here we have some semolina flour. We have some sugar, we have some toasted almonds, we have some pistachios, egg, pine nuts, we have some orange blossom water, some rose water, we have some whipped cream, some cornstarch, some ashta pudding. This recipe is on my site. We have some milk, we have a banana. We're also going to need atid, which is simple syrup, and that recipe is also on my site. So we have the milk here heating up. I'm going to add the semolina flour to it. I'm going to add the sugar. We're going to let this simmer for a little while and it's going to thicken. Then we're going to add our egg and just a little bit of cornstarch. Now, some people like to add mastic, that's spelled M-A-S-T-I-C. It's a type of syrup that comes from the tree, actually, and it adds flavor, and it also it acts as a thickener. But you can't find it readily in too many stores, and it's also very expensive. So if you have it, that's great. Use it for this recipe. If you don't, then go ahead and just use a little bit of cornstarch. It will work the same way. So you want to turn down the heat really low. You can see it's starting to thicken. You want to slowly add in your egg. So you don't want it to curdle. Now, some recipes don't ask for egg. So if you don't feel comfortable adding the egg, or if you can't have egg, you don't have to use the egg. I like it. I think it makes it a little bit thicker and creamier, more like a custard. Make sure to whisk vigorously to avoid any clumps. We're going to add a little bit of cornstarch. Again, you want to slowly and vigorously stir when you're adding the cornstarch. Add it slowly, vigorously, vigorously, vigorously. And you need to leave it on for another minute. Okay, at this point I've turned off the heat. I'm going to add a little bit of orange blossom water, a little bit of rose water. The smell from these two is fantastic. Just whisk it in. Oh, the nice aroma. Just like that. Okay, so this is done. Now, you're probably thinking this is very similar to a cream of wheat. It is. It's very similar. A little bit different with the egg and the rose water and orange blossom water. You want to put it in a nice plate that's going to leave you room to layer on the ashta custard and the whipped cream and the nuts. If you want a nice thick layer like that, we don't have to put it all in. You want to let this cool at room temperature. Let it sit for about 40 minutes to an hour just so that it's not so warm. In the meantime, you can whip up some whipped cream. What you need to do is just buy some whipping cream, put it in a fairly larger container because When you do whip it up, it will splash. It tends to splash around. Add a little bit of sugar to this just to slightly sweeten the whipped cream. Also, the ashta recipe, if you want the ashta, you go to my website. The recipe is there. Very easy to make. Now, again, with the mastic, you know, a lot of people do like adding it to this. It does add a different element of flavor, just like the anise seed with the macaroons and cinnamon with other cookies and things. You can add that as well. For the topping, some people like to top this with a caramel sauce instead of the simple syrup. So, you know, if you want to do that, you can go ahead and make a caramel sauce, top it with some caramel sauce. You can leave the nuts out and top it with just fruit. I mean, there's all kinds of variations. It's pretty much a blank palette, but traditionally it is served with whipped cream or ashta on top and then the nuts. So again, you can do as you wish, what you like with your preferences. It's all about the way that you like to eat it. So I'm going to let this cool just for a little bit, and then we'll come back and I'll show you how to layer it. So our semolina custard has cooled. We're going to get our ashta and just put it right on top, just like that. And this is when you can get creative with the layering. I mean, you can put some cinnamon in between, some toasted coconut, I mean, really what you like. Just like that. I'm going to put some, actually, you know what? I think I want to put some pine nuts around it like that. On the edges. Give it a nice little crunch. And then we'll put our whipped cream. Now, if you're scared of making whipped cream, you can always buy pre-made whipped cream. Just like that. It's over. Our toasted almonds, like that. Pistachios. You can add some Murciano cherries to this if you like. And then I'm gonna get a banana. I like adding fruit to this. I think it gives it a nice flavor. I'm gonna get my banana. Slice it up. You can use blueberry, strawberry, anything you like. So I just want to put this around like that. Have it go all the way around. It looks nice. Banana again adds another element of flavor. If you don't like banana, if you're allergic to banana, you definitely don't need to use banana. These out a little. Just like that. And then you want to get your simple syrup. And I'm going to put it just all around so it soaks to the bottom. And that's it. That's Layali Lebnan. This is dessert everybody's been asking me for. Look at that. Such a pretty presentation. I hope you like this recipe. I hope you give it a try. It's on my website, needymed.com, and I will see you again.